I was young, and everything, when you're at that stage of life, 21 or whatever it was, it felt optimistic. We were feeling that change was coming thick and fast. We were in struggles that were making a difference. Change were happening for women, for black people, for communities, globally. What we were doing in a very small scale in a neighbourhood in Balham at that time, based around when I was working for a community relations day nursery, was kind of just bringing that whole way of people can do things that are going to make a change. When Liberation Films came with the video saying, did you know you could use videos and you could walk around and take pictures? It was a real buzz because it lifted everybody's interest. And of course it brought people in because everybody likes to have their face, yeah, hi mum, I'm on telly sort of thing.
Do you like sitting in the middle of the road?
Yes!
Why do you like sitting in the middle of the road? Wouldn't you
So
rather
the cars can't go past.
Right.
Yeah,
Why do you want to stop the cars going past?
because there are too many people getting run
Don't
over.
all speak at once.
Too many people getting run over.
The notion of how people come together to make change or do something good and kind in their community has, to me, to be about human beings actually knowing each other, understanding each other, debating, disagreeing, persuading each other. That's how change comes about. And taking on responsibilities, all that whole bit about rights and responsibilities. How does democracy work? You know, do things from the ground upwards. Citizens' assemblies, you know, all kinds of other alliances. How you campaign, old-style organising, like trade unions or women's groups or black groups or whatever it was in my early days. Student groups, disability lobbies, gay rights, all of those things that have been incredibly significant and got us to where we are now. When I moved into my street up Clapham Junction, all my neighbours' kids went to the same primary schools as mine. There wasn't any difference. Now, all my neighbours have private education for their kids. The gaps that have widened in this time, in terms of property values, in terms of absolutely appalling situations with lack of social housing, council housing being sold off, the split between the wealthy, who are very wealthy, and people, as we know now, who are on lower incomes or no incomes, getting far poorer than I would have ever imagined in terms of how their lives have been. So when you're choosing between food or heat for your kids, I never thought we would be at that stage in this country. I think I probably said, you know, my mum was a Labour councillor for 8 years before the Labour Party lost the council. Today being the day that Wandsworth became a Labour council after 44 years, I'm delighted we've got the council back to Labour because I think the people who got elected represent an understanding of inequality and a belief in justness and doing things in a kind and decent and transparent way. Having a Labour council now might make a real difference to how genuine that's going to be from Wandsworth Council's commitment to how they work adult social care, connected into the voluntary and national health services. And I know there will be a commitment to sort of community engagement. That's something we in the third sector can help that to grow. And Wandsworth's art policy, a very proactive approach to diversity and reach and what do the arts look like across different communities, is being kind and having a fair view of the world, as our new councillors will be, going to enable something fundamentally different from what we have had because they've got a different value system as they approach it. It may be that we're on the brink of a revolution. What Ukraine is showing is how interconnected everything is in terms of, you know, fuel for the world. So each time there's a sort of huge realisation about the interdependency and the way capitalism has operated to their advantage, to the disadvantage to the planet, that gives me hope.